Hey everyone, welcome back to Awful Stories. It's Matt here, and make sure to drop a like and subscribe to not miss your daily fix on Reddit stories. Let's jump into our first post in the True Off My Chest subreddit, titled My Twin Makes Six Figures While I Live Below the Poverty Line. I know comparison is the thief of joy. I also know I am blessed to have family I can rely on at all. I also know some people struggle with generational poverty, and I am, in comparison, quite privileged. And yet, my twin is currently making a six-figure salary, recently got married, and is generally living a really successful and vibrant life. But despite the fact that we had the same upbringing, both have college degrees, and are both pretty savvy with our money, I am living far below the poverty line and relying on our parents for pretty much everything. Why? I became disabled by the onset of a genetic disease 2 years ago, and my twin did not. I'm currently applying for SSDI, but everyone knows that is a long road and an uphill battle, and I have hope that if I get it, I will have some kind of independence again in the future. It remains, though, that I currently have no income, have nearly run out of the savings I built up prior to becoming disabled, and have to live off my retired parents' charity. I feel like I'm in high school still, living under my parents' roof and asking them for gas money and choosing between paying for car repairs and paying for my monthly IV infusion. Meanwhile, my twin is traveling the world, saving for the future, and living the life I wanted and expected to have. My twin has never made me feel less than for what I'm going through, but sometimes it is painful for me to think about how differently things might have gone had life been a little kinder. And it is a little painful for me to hang out or talk with my twin because I often feel like fate flipped a coin and I ended up being the one of us that lost. Pequin said, I am or was a twin in a somewhat similar position. My twin had a great high paying job that allowed her to afford multiple properties, any toy she could want, and so on. I was unemployed for a bit after COVID and really struggling, but we remained the best of friends, and I tried to ensure she did not know about most of my struggles. I did not want her help. I just wanted her to be happy, even if I was not. Then she died in a plane crash with her family. I found out she had named me as a beneficiary on her biggest account, and it solved all my financial problems. This happened 3.5 years ago, and I still dream of just shoving all that money back, being destitute, and living homeless under a bridge if I could just bring her back. I do not know why I wrote this out, but cherish your twin even if the current situation is awful. The Shadow of Self said, Sorry for that, man. That is a tough break, and it is understandable why you feel the way you do. Any idea why it would affect you and not your twin if it is a genetic disease? Are you fraternal twins? The second story for today takes place in the relationship advice subreddit, titled, My girlfriend gave oral to another guy while drunk at a party. I've been seeing this girl since senior year of high school, and I want to preface this by saying nothing like this has ever happened before. We both knew from the beginning that when we went to college, we would both be going to different schools. We did not end up too far apart, just a 6 or 7 hour drive, but we would always call every day after school and meet up at each other's place after every term. After a while, she confessed to being kind of lonely, and eventually she decided to join a sorority that she was invited to. I was very excited because it was very difficult for her to make friends outside of school. So I thought this would be a great way to meet some new people. She would always go to the parties, hang out with the girls, and so on. This was not a problem until recently, when they had a party that one of the fraternities on campus was hosting for the sorority. She went to the party, and all went well. She drank a lot, which is not unusual for parties, but she told me when she got home that one of the guys was really cool. Not being the jealous type, I was more interested to learn about this person. Fast forward to now, I came to find out that she had given oral sex to him while they were both drunk. One of the sorority girls came to me and basically informed me of the whole situation. I confronted my girlfriend, and she confessed to everything. She and the guy were at a huge party between the fraternity and sorority that went late into the night. Eventually, she and the guy met up, both got pretty drunk, and eventually ended up in a bedroom alone, where she just lost control, took his pants off, and gave him a blowjob. I honestly cannot really trust this person anymore, yet I find myself unable to get rid of them. I have been with her for almost 6 years, and she was devastated when she told me, but at the same time, at no point in the story did she ever stop to think about what was happening. How do I move forward? Update. So I took some time since I posted this to just read through hundreds of comments, both funny and sad, and to think about what to make of this situation. I decided it may be for the best. I just called her and ended things right then and there. I honestly have never felt so indifferent to another person in my entire life. In between the screaming, crying, and insults, I just hung up the phone, went about my day, and have not thought about her since then. With that in mind, what do I do now? I am back on the market, but I have not dated since high school. I never really talked to other women outside of classmates. My school does not really have a Greek life. It has three sororities and one fraternity. Only one of the sororities has a house, and I do not really know anybody there. How would I go about getting myself back out there and finding somebody? This sounds really pathetic, but I'm on an emotional roller coaster, and I really do not care anymore. OP's story is a gut punch because it captures that confusing, painful moment when trust shatters in a relationship you thought was rock solid. 9 years together, calling every day, visiting each other between schools, the kind of connection that seems unshakable. But that one drunken night, one bad decision, and everything changes. Hearing that his girlfriend gave head to someone else while drunk is devastating, especially since it wasn't just a moment of poor judgment she immediately regretted. It felt like she lost control and didn't really consider the consequences until later. That lack of awareness is probably what cuts the deepest. What's so relatable here is OP's internal tug of war. On one hand, the betrayal naturally makes him question everything and feel like he can't trust her anymore. On the other, he's been with this person for so long that letting go feels impossible. That indifference he mentions in the update is striking. It's like his emotional defenses have finally kicked in, shutting off the pain, but leaving a hollow void instead. Breaking up was probably the healthiest thing for him, even if it feels abrupt or cold, because sometimes emotional survival requires cutting ties before resentment poisons the heart. Now, being suddenly back on the market, with zero recent dating experience and limited social circles, is understandably terrifying. But the fact that he's reaching out, even anonymously, shows he's ready to shift gears and figure out life beyond his past relationship. My take? OP should give himself permission to feel the roller coaster: anger, sadness, relief, confusion. There's no rush to jump into dating. Rebuilding confidence and a sense of self outside of that relationship is crucial first. Joining clubs, pursuing hobbies, or even trying dating apps slowly could help him ease back into meeting new people. In awkward social moments, remind himself that everyone's been new at this, and it's okay to stumble. Pale Height said, "The relationship is over. Go live your life." To this, Blubbery said, "That's a tale as old as time. Two young people who were together in school go to different colleges, and one of them eventually drunkenly does something stupid. It sucks. She's a bad egg for doing it, and a bad egg for trying to hide it. Both are young and make mistakes. End the relationship and move on."